Hello folks, it's Chris. We are in Mount Washington Valley. The last video I shot, we climbed up Mount Washington, which was an awesome video. And this is a cute little town park there, Washington Street Park. So I thought I'd take you through Mount Washington Valley. We're gonna ride through, so we're gonna cross the Saco River now. Whoa, one vehicle per This is the Saco River. I love covered bridges. We're gonna ride through North Conway, the main strip. This is not meant to be an all-inclusive, tour of the entire Mount Washington Valley area, but I'll give you kind of a good overview. So North Conway is the main town, I should say, in the Mount Washington Valley area. Now this road here, if we were to go, it says Portland, Maine there, but if we were to go down that road, which is 302, we would come in a very short period of time, because Mount Washington Valley is right on the Maine border to Fryeburg, Maine. So if you're a Stephen King fan, and I am, you may recall that Fryeburg, Maine is in a lot of Stephen King novels. So Stephen King is from Maine, and then a lot of his novels are set in Maine. And while he's got his towns like Castle Rock, and he kind of creates roads and towns that are fictional, so he doesn't set one of his horror stories in an actual city, he has characters go through or by or whatever actual cities, and Fryeburg's mentioned in the Fryeburg Fair. Spyder is mentioned in a lot of his novels, and if you're a Stephen King fan, you may recall Fryeburg. So this is kind of the main commercial strip for, we're just entering it, for North Conway. This is really a mecca for people in the Northeast. They'll come up here. It's a winter wonderland. There are multiple ski resorts. There's Mount Cranmore, which is it's a smaller mountain just back here somewhere. I've never skied Mount Cranmore, but there's Attitash, which is a really nice ski mountain. Just north of North Conway, at the base of Mount Washington, is Wildcat, which is a really cool mountain to ski. So there are a lot of ski mountains if you want to drive down the Kankamangas Highway, which we did a whole video on. At the other end of the Kankamangas is Loon Mountain, which is a great mountain. I hope I'm not forgetting. There are other mountains in ski mountains in New Hampshire, but those are the ones that are close by. I hope I didn't forget anybody. So it's really developed over the past few decades. I used to come here in my 20s. I'm in my 50s now. And there are a lot of hotels and restaurants and whatnot that just didn't exist back then. Looks like something new. Oh, Hilton Garden Inn. I'm a Hilton guy, Hilton Honors guy. Now this is a cool Christmas store. I want to say they're open year-round. It's called the Christmas Loft. I'm going to watch how I jerk my head back and forth. I apologize for that. If you've not seen the Mount Washington climb, and my guess is because it's the video just before this one, wow, I edited that video last night. It won't run until after this video. It'll be the next video in the schedule, but wow, that was just a great ride. A lot of other motorcyclists enjoying the ride. A couple of Spyders, a lot of adventure bikes, Africa Twins, my favorite motorcycle at the moment. There was a few of those. Saw a Lamborghini, but more important than any of that, we just saw some incredible mountain views. There are a lot of little hamlets and towns and villages, and I don't really know the proper designation that New Hampshire uses for their different municipalities, so I'm going to just call them, I guess, towns. But there are a lot of them in the Mount Washington Valley. We're not going to see all of them. North Conway is kind of like a cool place, so I certainly wanted you to see that. We're going to see Jackson. Jackson has a great covered bridge, So we're gonna certainly, it's a small little village, a little town, but it's one of those that if you're gonna be in Mount Washington Valley, you've got to at least ride through Jackson. So I don't know if you can make it out there. I forgot the name of that ledge there, but it's kind of, and there's the North Conway Scenic Railroad train station. So, and you can see the Scenic Railroad. So there's the train station, there's the railroad there. They do tours. In fact, I'm staying at the Hampton Inn, and right behind my room are the tracks. I heard one of the engines come through this morning. But do you see that ledge out there? I forgot what that's called, but it's kind of famous with hikers, sightseers, and whatnot. This is kind of, I guess, the original part of town, the older part of town. Lots of restaurants, shops, and whatnot. I really think this is a year-round destination. So as a former skier, this would be a place for me to come in the winter. But you can see it's pretty busy. This is not when you're watching this video, but I'm shooting this video early. Well, it's 8:45 in the morning on a Monday morning. Yesterday afternoon, this was just gridlocked with traffic. I'm shooting it so early because, one, I checked out of my hotel, but two, it's going to be a very, very hot day, and I don't want to get crucified. That's why I've got my gloves on, I've got my riding jacket on, because it's already, well, it's 79 degrees on the Spyder's thermometer, and thank heavens it's 72 degrees on the, we're going to have a little test here, on the Garmin Zumo thermometer, which is encouraging. My weather app says 73, so this is now working. And yet, if you watch the Mount Washington Valley video and the Mount Washington climb video, and I think the video before that, this temperature on the Garmin Zumos, but the temperature gauge has been really on the been on the blink, basically. It's been malfunctioning. But I was saying, in terms of the seasons, so beyond winter, when this place is very busy because of skiers, fall foliage time of the year, this place is breathtaking. We're in the middle of summer right now. It's mid-July, and they did a great business yesterday, I'll tell you. There's a touristy place that was in existence when I was a little boy. I know I've been there as a little boy. I don't remember much about it, but it's called Storyland. If you're from the Northeast, if you're from New England, you've got to know Storyland. But I drove by it yesterday on the way to Mount Washington. It was packed. The parking lot was jammed, and there's an overflow dirt parking lot across the way, across the road, and that was packed. So I referenced Storyland earlier, and we're riding right by it. That's Storyland. I guess they're open. People are already lined up for tickets on a Monday morning. Jeez. Now here's a new development going up. I don't know if this is going to be a hotel or condominiums, but it's good to see developments, and that's going to be a big one. Look at it. It goes way back there. You know what? I'm going to pull in here. This is some kind of like tourist visitors bureau thing, but we're going to just check out the view here. Intervale, one of the little towns in Mount Washington Valley. But look at that view. And it looks like there's stairs going down. I don't know what that goes to. But I'm not going to get off the Spyder this morning, because this is a Spyder channel and we're going to focus on that. I will tell you, my reverse has been working. That one hiccup I had has not repeated itself, which is a really, really good thing. And I'm not even gun shy about where I park in case it doesn't work, because my assumption is if it were to happen again, if I shut down and start back up, there's something in the electronics that just kind of happened and hopefully will never happen again. But if it does, I can fix it. By shutting down. Okay, I just saw a sign for a resort. It said Cathedral Ledge Resort, and maybe that ledge that I saw back there is Cathedral Ledge. If you're a New Englander and you're a Mount Washington Valley person, chime in. Again, this is not meant to be, none of my videos are meant to be all-consuming, all-encompassing, complete visitors guys. That's not it. It's a Spyder channel. We're going to focus on the Spyder, but I want to take on my adventures because a lot of them I know are to places that a lot of folks haven't been to. Okay, it's been a long time since I've been to Jackson. I don't know what the protocol is on this kind of thing. I see a guy waiting on the other side. Was I supposed to wait? Okay, we're in Jackson, New Hampshire. I'm just going to do kind of a loop through Jackson. It's been a long time. Wildcat Tavern. I will tell you, I'm really surprised that these cars are here, that there's as many people on a Monday morning, but I guess I should not be surprised. I'm going to go left here. When I think about it, it's mid-July, so a lot of folks are on vacation, and they probably come up to North Conway to beat the heat. Unfortunately, they're not beating the heat. That's neat. Let me just go straight. Because it's been, oh, Snowcat, that's cool. They're not beating the heat today. I want to say it's going to be 90 degrees today up here. Now, if they're mountain climbers and they climb up to the top of these peaks, or if they go up to the top of Mount Washington, they'll beat the heat. Okay, so that's like Jackson. And now, yeah, 16 South. So this is going to head us back to North Conway. So gang, we're headed towards back towards North Conway. I just wanted to point out that the Spyder is saying the temperature is 81 degrees. The weather app is saying 73 degrees. And the Garmin Zumo XT is saying 54 degrees. 54 degrees. And I can assure you it is not 54 degrees. My guess is this has got to be right, because that's what it feels like. It's early in the morning. It's just past 9 o'clock. The Spyder is notoriously high, but again, as I've said in the past 2 videos when this started, do you have any theories on what is wrong with this? Is it me? Do I've got to like do something with settings? I've powered down a couple of times, well, a few times since that started, so I'd appreciate any input. In fact, at some point soon, I'm going to take this out of this lineup. I can adjust, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I can adjust what goes in these boxes. I like having the temperature there because the Spyder is notoriously wrong, but I've got my phone. I can always use that. I just find it like frustrating that the thing is just like way off, but it was right just a few minutes ago. It was in the 70s just a few minutes ago. So folks, we're headed back into North Conway. I'm going to have breakfast in town, and then I'm heading back to Rhode Island and hopefully shooting another video for you in Rhode Island while I'm there. If you liked Mount Washington Valley, or if you've liked this video, please hit like. If you do not subscribe to the channel, I sure would appreciate it if you'd subscribe. I appreciate you whether you subscribe or not. I appreciate you watching my videos. And until the next video, you have a great day. Bye-bye.